Hello and welcome to a new episode of Score Sheet. Okay, I should confess first that I am a fan of football. Football, the most popular game. But I should also confess that when it comes to other games, these other games were a lot more successful. And maybe all of our athletes who participated recently in competitions, whether on the continental level or on the international level, they returned back with medals. And with bunch of medals. And maybe with world records. And maybe also with things which did not happen in the Egyptian history of sports in general. We are going to tackle this, but we are going also to have a quick look at what happened today and yesterday regarding the football arena, especially on the African level, as we have 4 African teams participating in the African Champions League and in the Confederations Cup. But before we go through our episode and before introducing my dear special guests live here in the studio, let's have a quick look at what happened yesterday with the 8th Youth Conference, which was held under the auspices and with the presence of President Abdel Fattah el-Sisi. As usual, whenever the president is there with the youth, he was keen to seize the opportunity to honor our athletes who were in Morocco and who returned back with 273 medals, 102 golds, 98 silvers, and 73 bronze. And our senior correspondent Tagrit Hussein was there, and she had this exclusive interview with 2 of our medalists. Well, let's watch, and then we are going to turn back. We do have a lot of things to speak about, so stay tuned only on Nile TV International, always for more.
With us on the sidelines of the 8th National Conference, 2 great examples of Egypt's youth who have represented the country and raised our flag high at the African Games. I have all the honor and pleasure of having with me Mohab Samer and Mahmoud Mohsen, our 2 champions for this evening. Congratulations, and I know that they were really moments of honor. You did raise Egypt's flag, and we're really proud of you. Tell me more about the achievement and what it took to be there.
Yeah, the first, thank you for this. First, in the individuals, I got 3rd medal, and in the teams, I got 1st. My weapon is saber weapon. It was really good to us these games. Yeah, we won a lot of medals. All the 3, we have 3 weapons. The 3 weapons, all of them win gold in the teams event. So this was very good. We have 8 medals, gold medals. So I think this one is the best one for us. Yeah.
Great achievement, and I guess it was a very warm reception, and all people were really appreciating your efforts here in Egypt. Congratulations.
Thank you so much. We was in the African Games, the 19th African Games. We won 8 gold medals, like he said, from out of 12 medals. So that's the greatest achievement we have ever made in fencing. And that's it.
Tell me more about when the national anthem actually is being played, moments of honor, and how the parents have helped so that you would reach this success, your coach, your colleagues. How did it go?
Yeah, of course, our coach and our parents make a lot of effort to make us riding the flag of our country. So it's really like a very good moment to us. We have a lot of effort to do for this moment and to ride the flag for Egypt. So it's really good moment, yeah. For us and our family, we make them proud of us. So it's really good moment and like special moment for the player, and we enjoy it, yeah. Yeah, we really enjoy it, yeah.
Yes, Definitely moments of honor make the difference all the way.
Yeah, for sure. You feel proud. You just feel proud. Like it's the greatest thing you can make for your country. Hearing the national anthem played in any country in the world. Like we were in Morocco, so we heard our national anthem 8 times. So it has been a great honor for us and for our country for sure.
Definitely it is. And if you would like to give a piece of advice maybe to our youth today on how inspiring you are, and definitely when it comes to education, sports does not ever hinder being also top in education and in class.
Yeah, of course. I'm engineer. I'm civil engineer. So no, there's no conflict between them. You can manage anything you want. But if you want, you have a dream. You have to like go and achieve it. Don't. So I have like this a dream to be an engineer and to play fencing. So I think I achieved this, but I never give up on my dream. I will never give up on my dream. That's my advice.
Never give up on your dream. It was your dream in the first place.
For sure. I'm an engineer too. We were together in the same college, so we have been studying together all night and going to trainings before and after college. So it has been a tough journey, and we just made an achievement. So that's the moments of proud and honor.
Definitely moments of pride and honor. Those are the champions. Those are Egypt's youth today who represented the country, who got medals, who made Egypt before the whole world coming on top of countries. Well, long live Egypt. Those are moments of honor and pride. Stay tuned.
Ale. Well, Salma Ayman and Islam Hamid, the two Egyptians who did it and who raised the Egyptian flag and who were such a reason to listen to the Egyptian anthem in Hungary in the world competition. We are very much delighted to have them live here in the studio in a special episode of Score Sheet. I beg your pardon, Salma is going to speak in Arabic and Islam is going to speak in English. Islam, would you please, ladies first?
Of course.
ازيك؟ How are you? How's everything? تمام؟ سلمى، بدأتي الحكاية دي من امتى؟ يعني since when you have been a modern pentathlon athlete?
14 سنة.
Since you were 14 وانت عندك 14 or 2014? And you were a swimmer before؟ كنت أعتقد سباحة قبل كده؟ امتى بقى كانت نقطة التحول؟ when you've decided، امتى قررتي انه هتبقي هتدخلي في المودرن بنتاثلون او في الخماسي؟
15 سنة.
لا ليه؟ ايه اللي حصل؟ what happened؟ يعني ممكن يكون مدرب a coach watched you swimming for example، شافك وانت بتعومي فقال تدخلي في الموضوع، ولا حبيتي الحكاية you were in love with the story؟
لا في الأول كنت بلعب سباحة والمدرب شافني فقال لي
In the
خش
beginning as a swimmer.
فقال لي خش أجرب
Coach
الخماسي
advised me to go and to
فدخلت
experience.
جربت
pentathlon. I did it.
الجري والسباحة
So I tried running and swimming.
بعد كده
Then?
قال لي بعد كده أخدت الأول ميدالية ذهب بعد كده بقى
No, استنى. Just wait. She was speaking about the first golden medal as something ordinary or something that easy. أول ميدالية ذهب أكيد ما كانش سهلة.
أيوة. كنت عاملة الفرق بالسباحة
It
عشان
was.
كنتش
I mean the
لسه-
difference was
كنتش-
swimming.
كنتش
I mean
لسه-
was it a national competition؟ كانت هنا في مصر ولا كانت برا؟
بطولة ودية بطولة جمهورية
بطولة الجمهورية. I mean here on the local level. Okay. Was it a surprise؟ كانت مفاجأة إنك خدتي الذهب؟
اه
Surprising for you or for your coach؟ يعني ليكي ولا للمدرب؟
ليا.
اوكي. Then you decided ساعتها قررتي بقى ان انت هتكملي في الخماسي. Then you decided you're gonna continue in modern pentathlon.
بعد كده بقى بدأت أخش الرماية
Then for the shooting.
بعد كده السلاح بدأت بقى
Then
في
fencing.
الخماسي
And then it's modern pentathlon.
بعد كده بقى بدأت
Then-
دخلت المنتخب
Oh,
من ساعة بقى
you have joined the national team. دخلتي المنتخب. ده بالظبط كان سنة كام؟ When exactly was that?
يعني آخر 2015 مثلا
By the end of 2015. And when was your first competition outside Egypt? امتى كانت أول مسابقة ليكي برا مصر؟
2015 برضه
Also 2015. And when was your first medal? كانت امتى أول ميدالية مع المنتخب with the national team?
أول ميدالية
First medal, yes. لا مش ممكن تكوني نسيتيها. It's no way you forgot it.
16
Yeah, it was in 2016
في الأرجنتين
in Argentina. And was it a gold?
ميكس
Then-
ريلي
Mixed relay, also mixed relay. Then you are a specialist. أنت متخصصة mixed relay. Well, Islam, we are very much delighted to have you here.
Thank you so much.
You won this mixed relay medal with Salma. This was in Hungary just a few days ago. And just as we were speaking before being on air, it was the very first gold medal in the history of Egypt in general. Have you expected that this is going to happen, or at least at a certain time, you know that you are going to clinch a medal or to write your names in this
Yeah,
history?
So first, after the individual event, I had a very, very good day in the individuals. I finished in the top 8. And then we were doing the mixed relay in the day after, and I was having a very, very high hopes that we can get onto the podium. I didn't expect at all to have a gold medal, but we had a superior fencing, and we actually made a world record in the fencing.
Fencing made the difference?
Yes, it was the first game.
السباحة هو اللي عمل الفرق يا سلمى؟
Yes, and actually-
fencing did the difference?
Salma did very
You
good.
expected this? أنت توقعتي إن ده اللي هيحصل؟
في الأول في نص اللعب أول
By
نص
the
اللعب
middle of the game?
كنتش متوقعة
I
بس
didn't
بعد كده
expect
بقى
that, but after that,
بدأت
I started
أتأقلم مع البطولة
to cope with the
كلنا.
competition. So يعني
بدأت بقى نكسب
Salma is
كلنا.
very young, and so she doesn't have much more
it
experience.
seems that she is very young, by the
Yes,
way.
she is,
Selma,
actually.
you're very young. Yeah.
So like comparing
She's very childish, by the way, and she's moving all the time, and she knows how to speak in English, but she is that shy. But with that smile, I would keep her. Just say يعني خليكي زي ما انتي بتحكي تجي. Okay, Islam.
So like for her, like comparing to the other athletes, they had much more experience. So we wouldn't expect this good fencing that she did. She actually did like more than anyone could have expected. And for me also it was a very good day in the fencing, and we won the fencing by like maybe 30 points, which put us in the top of all the countries. And then in all the other events we had a very, very good and normal result until the riding, which was exceptional. Actually, we had 2 clear rides
Yeah.
with a very difficult horses.
Sure.
Yeah. So these put us.
Riding is always
Yes,
based by
yeah.
luck. I mean, you would never
Not
know
luck,
how.
but
you would never know how you are gonna cope with
with a drone horse.
With
It's a drone horse. You draw your horse. You don't know it. You just have 20 minutes in the warming up to know everything. It's like riding a new car, and you have never rode it before.
Yep. Salma, modern pentathlon, الخماسي الحديث, it's 5 games. Which is more difficult? ايه الأصعب بالنسبة لك؟
في الأول
In the beginning,
كان الفروسية
it was riding.
دلوقتي ما
Now,
فيش حاجة صعبة بالنسبة
There's
لي
nothing difficult. But And let me put my question in other words. خليني أسألك السؤال بشكل مختلف. إيه الأقرب ليكي؟ يعني maybe running ممكن يبقى الفانسينج السلاح. Which is closer to your heart? أكيد بتحبي لعبة أكتر من الثانية. Sure you do prefer a game. Swimming.
السباحة والجري ورماية.
Then running and shooting. Laser run.
هما الاثنين بيبقوا
But you did not mention shooting. Sorry, you did not mention fencing. أنت ما قلتيش الفنسنج despite the fact برغم إن ده كان أكتر حاجة أنت.
أيوة.
This was the difference which led you to the gold in Hungary.
ما مش عارفة.
It was a key for the competition actually, but Salma's best event is the laser run. She's very, very, very good shooter and a very good runner. So she always like catch up some positions in the laser run. But fencing, like, because she's
But same
still
question
young.
to you, Islam, because whenever I do interview any modern pentathlon athlete, I would like to know how he or she got into modern pentathlon, because this is very exhausting to try to excel in five.
It's very exhausting
sports.
and very exciting in the same way because you can learn many different
But sure, you
skills.
do prefer again to the other.
I do prefer fencing actually, and it's my favorite game and the one I get most point of. So it would be fencing and shooting too. So these are my favorite ones, and I like to train them all the time, most of the time. Of course, I'm doing okay and good in the other events, but these are my favorite ones.
Well, let's watch Salma and what Salma said after clenching a medal, and then we are going to return back.
Yes. Segunda posición, Julia, tercera posición.
Thank you very much. I'm very pleased and honored that I achieved a medal. I worked very hard. I worked very hard in every training session to achieve this medal.
20.
Because I know after fencing, some people are going to go up and others are going to fall.
كده يعني.
Such feeling, of course, when you are crowned with the golden medal. Tell me, how have you received this honor? إزاي بقى حسيتي إيه؟
كنت مبسوطة جدا وما كنتش
I was very
مصدقة
happy.
إن أنا
I didn't believe
هاخد
myself
الميدالية.
that I'm going to clinch the medal.
بعد ما خلصت
After I finished
الليزر رن
the laser run,
قعدت أعيط ما كنتش
I
مصدقة.
was in tears. I was not believing myself
بس عشان كان بعد السلاح كنت
because after fencing,
كنت متأخرة قوي عنهم.
I was
كنت طالعة
that
سادس
behind.
تقريبا.
I was in the sixth position or something.
بعد السباحة طلعت
After
تاني.
swimming, I became the second.
فلما الاثنين
Then
اتحطوا مع
both
بعض
together, when they were
بدأت
together,
الليزر رن
I started the laser run. Number 2. Okay. How much this is difficult, Islam? I mean, to have this mental fitness, to be sure that even if you are behind in a game, you can move forward and fix the situation, to move forward in the ranking and to clinch a second or even a first position.
You're actually talking about something that not too many people like talk about, which is the mental strength of you and the mental experience that you get. And it takes a lot of experience and a lot of good and bad competition to get improved how to think during the competition and how to deal with any situation you get to. Like maybe in some competition you are in the front, so you have a lot of pressure. Other competition you are in the back, so you need to keep your nerve so you can catch up as many positions as you can. So it takes a lot of experience and a lot of competition, and you just get it by competing more and more.
سلمى بتبقي بتحسبيها بقى, you were counting what's going to happen. يعني you are in the sixth position, كنتي سادس في كذا. Then I should work hard ضروري اشتغل قوي في الجيم اللي جايه. I should work hard in the coming game to improve my ranking علشان احسن المستوى بتاعي. بتبقي بتحسبيها كده you are counting everything like that.
لا هو في الأولمبيكس كان
In the
السلاح
Olympics?
في يوم لوحده.
The fencing was in a separate day.
فبعد ما خلصت السلاح
After I finished with fencing and I won the
الكابتن
sixth.
قال لي اللي انت
So the
هتقدري
coach told me
تاخدي
that
أول.
I would be able to clinch the first position
تاني يوم
in the second day.
كنت عارفة ان انا هعوم تاني علشان
I know
البنت
that I am
الأولانية
going to swim because the
دايما
first
بتعوم
girl,
هي انا عارفة ان هي
So,
قايمة جامد.
I know that she did it
I
hard,
get
she did it
أول وأنا
well.
تاني.
She was first and I was second.
بس بعد كده بس ما
Then
كنتش بقى واثقة ان انا
I
هعمل
was
في
not
الليزر
confident that in the laser run
هفنش اول يعني.
I'm going to
عشان كان
finish first
في بنات
because
ورايا جامدين.
there were it was a very tough competition with very good standard girls.
بس طلع بقى في
Yet
الآخر.
I did it. مين who are the heavyweight names in modern pentathlon especially in the Olympics؟ مين الناس اللي بنقول عليهم كده who they are فعلا competitors, they are really competitors? From which countries؟ من أي دول؟
في دول كتير.
There are many countries such as
فرنسا،
France,
بيلاروسيا،
Belarus,
تركيا،
Turkey. But you did it there.
ألمانيا.
Germany. In Hungary, I know you were there and you know that you are gonna do something. But nobody expected that
Yeah,
it's going to
actually-
end with this gold, the
Yes.
very first gold in the mixed relay in the UIPM, and you returned back with this golden medal for the first time in Egyptian history of modern pentathlon.
So like okay, before this competition, the only medal in the mixed relay in the senior category was in 2017 was a silver medal. It was me and my teammate Heidi Morsi, and it was actually the competition was held in Egypt. So we had a very big
Heidi
support.
Morsi is different than Heidi Adel, or she's the same
She's
person?
the same. She's
Heidi
the same
Adel.
one. Yeah,
I know her
Adel.
Heidi
Yeah,
Adel.
okay. She has both names.
Yeah.
So we had a silver medal, which was like
A
a
dream.
very unexpected competition to do in front of your home crowd and everything, and we thought like that's it, this is like the best we can do. Until this year actually I knew I would compete with Salma, and I had a very high hopes because she's very consistent, very well trained, and can do really good under pressure. So I knew she's gonna be like very strong in the competition.
Yeah.
I hoping we will be in the podium, and then after the fencing she surprised all of us with a very exceptional fencing actually.
Salma, how many times do you train per week? بتتدربي كم مرة في الأسبوع؟
6.
6 times, meaning every day?
6 أيام.
More? More than 6 times a week?
6 ايام
For 6 days?
اليوم بنتمرن فيه ساعات 5 تمارين ساعات 4.
Sometimes 4 to 5 training sessions in one day. Isn't it very exhausting? ده مش مرهق جدا؟
اتعودنا.
We got used to this. بس this is the normal، ده العادي ولا just before competitions ولا بس قبل البطولات؟ ده العادي. This is the normal. Then what do you do just before competitions؟ بتعملوا ايه قبل البطولات؟ يعني how you condense or how you
بنتمرن نفس التمارين بس بنخفف احمال شويه.
The same training sessions, but you lighten the loads. Same
Yes,
here?
actually it's very usual. We train around from 6 to 7 hours a day, 6 times a week. So it's basically.
How have you managed to do that while you were in the Faculty of Engineering?
I will tell you. So it's like, first of all, you start with like 2 or 3 games, and then when you get like 16 years old or something, you get the 4th one. So you start with like 4 hours a day, 2 in the morning before college or school, like from 6 to 8, and then 2 in the afternoon, and then with the when you grow old and you get more games until you do the 5 games, we train like 3 hours in the morning and 5 hours in the afternoon. Like the 3 hours in the morning will be like from maybe 5:30 until like 8:30, and then whoever have college or school or anything.
This means that you do not have a social life. I mean,
No,
you do
don't.
not hang out
Somehow we don't.
with friends.
You don't have actually.
go
You don't have
vacations with
any other time to do
families.
actually. You just go to train and then college and then train and then you go back probably to sleep. You don't know.
And you are gonna continue the same way. هتكملي بنفس الطريقة وانت في الجامعة؟
ان شاء الله.
God willing, inshallah. When, what's your coming competition? How, I think that both of you now are focusing on how to qualify to Tokyo.
Yes.
True?
So exactly.
أهم
This,
حاجة. Most important thing.
yeah, this
What to do
competition, this competition in Budapest was the last competition of the season, the World Championships, and from now we're gonna take like a little bit rest, and then we're gonna start preparing for 2020 season, which will have at the end the Tokyo Olympic Games in August. So the season starts actually from beginning of the year. So we're gonna start prepare maybe from October. So this next season will be very, very important because it's the only way to qualify through the ranking and the World Championships in May. So hopefully all of us will fight for a spot in the Olympic Games, and I'm sure, like, of course, like 2 or 3 of us will qualify. And the main goal is to actually get a medal, not only to qualify there.
A medal,
Yes,
not only to qualify.
of course.
I like this. And we hope that this is going to happen, and I hope that this anthem, which we are going to listen to right now, is going to be played in Tokyo 2020 by those two. Let's watch.
That was a very good moment, actually.
Wonderful moment. My heart, I myself, I mean, my heart,
calling
my
me
heart
now,
is
yes.
beating louder right now, and I cannot imagine. Your facial expressions were saying a lot,
Yeah.
and even your colleagues, your teammates were just catching photos
Yeah.
and catching the moment, trying to document every single move of
Yeah,
you
of this moment.
while listening to the Egyptian anthem, Islam and Salma, of course.
Yeah, this medal actually was very, very important one because we were hoping for a team medal or an individual medal, and we had some trouble with the team because some athletes got injured. And this one was the last event
wish
in
all
the
of them a
competition.
speedy recovery,
Yes,
of
of
course.
course. So this one was like the last chance for Egypt to get a medal, and thanks God we like ended perfectly with a gold one.
Thank God. And thank you,
Yeah.
of course. This is a question for both of you, okay? For such a long time, I had the honor to interview and to know many things about our modern pentathlon athletes, starting with Omnia Fakhri,
Of
starting with Aya
Aya
Madani, Amran Omar,
the
Gizeris,
brothers.
or the Gizeris. Yasser Hifni. Yasser Hifni is coming from speedball, not from swimming, and this is
Yeah.
an exception.
Totally different sport.
And of course, now there is Ahmed Gindi and Heidi. Who was your role model? مين كان المثل أو اللي كنتي بتبصي له إنه أنا عايزة أبقى زي ده. I'd like to be just like this person. Or this one is really a model for me. ده حد قدوة. مين؟ آية مدني.
I think Aya Madani was a very exceptional athlete. She did what none of anyone in the world
Her
have
name
done.
is in Guinness record, by the way.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So and now she's like one of the IOC
And she
board
was
member.
competing when she was 18 in both the
Yeah.
seniors and juniors. Or
She
and-
did a lot of records, and she's such an inspiration for everyone. And like really, I hope I can be anything like her. She's very, very inspiration for everyone.
Yeah. You want to add anything about Aya, Salma? Why I was asking this question? Because I want to know how you are planning for your future. بتخططي ازاي للمستقبل؟ عايزة تكملي في المودرن pentathlon. You want to continue with modern pentathlon till when? What's your most important goals? إيه الهدف الكبير?
اللي انا اتاهل لطوكيو
To
2020
qualify to Tokyo 2020
واعمل ميداليه واخد ميداليه
and to grab a medal
2024.
in 2024. About you, Islam?
For me, it will be a medal in Tokyo,
Medal in Tokyo
hopefully.
إن شاء الله.
and to actually still compete in 2024 in Paris.
In 2020 إن شاء الله.
إن شاء
God
الله.
willing. Ahmed Gindi did something great to clinch this title for 2 years in a row at the best modern pentathlon in the whole world.
Yes,
To have this for an Egyptian, I think this was a motive for all of the modern pentathlon players. Tell me.
yes, he's the rising star of the modern pentathlon. He's just 19 years old, and he's like the golden boy. He won the Youth World Championships and the Youth Olympic Games. He didn't have much luck in this competition. It's a senior category, but I think he will have a very, very brilliant future.
Inshallah.
Inshallah.
But what about the others, I mean worldwide? I think there are also big names in the world of modern pentathlon worldwide.
Yes.
Which name do you prefer to speak about or to show to the people how much he or she is that brilliant?
I think like from the international athlete, I think the Russian guy Alexander Lisan. He's like a phenomenal athlete right now. He won the Olympic Games. He won like 6-time world champion, something like this. So, and he has a very, very unique technique in every game. So I think he's one of the best.
I just hope that he has a clean blood, because this doping issue with the Russian is always mixed together.
Yeah, I know,
we
but
all hope so.
It's not our problem to talk about this, you know.
No,
The-
but I mean, taking into consideration that this is something which you should keep to yourself.
You know.
بتعملي ايه سلمى في موضوع الدوبينج ده؟ How do you manage with this doping issue? I mean now, even just to eat a sandwich with contaminated meat, for
Meat,
example, دلوقتي بيتقال ان حتى لو كلتي ساندوتش من لحمه من بره ممكن جدا
Can get you suspended.
to get suspended، ان انت يتم ايقافك God forbids بعد الشر. بتعملي ايه؟ بتتكلمي مع مين؟ عندك nutritionist؟ عندك حد مسؤول عن نظامك الغذائي؟ Do you have a nutritionist or somebody who is responsible for your diet?
عندي
Yes, I do. You do have, I mean, it's a doctor, a private doctor, or something from the federation? It's the federation, الاتحاد. Regarding the federation, I think Engineer Sharif Al Ayyan is doing a great job, and his man, of course,
Yeah.
to provide you with all the facilities or to solve any problems you are having. If you want to add more to this.
Yeah, so just one thing to add to this big guy, like he have done history already. Like Egypt, since the beginning of the modern pentathlon in Egypt, have won 9 medals in the senior category in the World Championships.
Yeah.
Sharif got 6 of this. So he had 6 medals out of the 9 in the history of Egypt.
Yeah.
So everyone, this is in the senior category. In the junior and youth, like he's like our guys in the youth and junior are like dominating all the competition, like worldwide. Youth World Championships.
Then it's not only
Youth
on the
Olympic
African
Games.
level.
Yes,
it's
exactly.
worldwide.
No,
It's on,
no,
I mean,
I'm not even talking about the African level. You know, we have already passed through this, but I'm talking about the World Championships, the World international
level.
Exactly. We have been dominating. Like we have won both gold medal in the Youth Olympic Games, which had never happened before. We have been on the podium in the individual event in the Youth and Junior World Championships for like 4 years in a row, which had never happened before. And in the senior category, we have been on the podium every single year since like 2014. 2014, we missed on the 2015, and then 2016, 17, 18, and 19. We had not missed the podium since then, and this is actually the two period he have been like the head of the federation. So like I don't like anyone who can even see anything, he will know how much effort he's putting and how much
and even
good is
in
the
the
system.
organization of the world competitions which were held here
Yeah,
in
of
Egypt,
course.
I had the honor to interview Klaus Schorman, the head
Head
of
of the UIPM.
The UIPM, and how much he was really amazed with the wonderful organization, with the
Yeah.
accommodation, and with the way people are really enjoying their time. Enjoying
Just to
practicing
add-
their favorite sport.
Just to add to your talk, like in the last 2 years, we had the best World Cup organization in the year in all the countries. So like basically you have like 6 senior international competition. Egypt had hosted one of them each year for the past 4 years. In the last 2 years, we won the best organization World Cup in the world for 2 times. So this is a very, very big step for the federation and encouraging the tourists and everything. Like before, we were only using the Cairo Stadium to host all our competition. Now we have been going out for the private club, like 6th of October, 5th settlement. So we're like spreading the sport everywhere in Cairo and actually in Hurghada.
Popular?
It is actually like maybe in 2 weeks we have a competition biathlon and triathlon in Salah Hashish.
Yeah. Salma, do you feel that modern pentathlon is getting more popular? الخماسي الحديث بقى لعبة شعبية أكتر أو it's really attracting other boys and girls to practice يعني جذبت ناس تانيين يلعبوا اللعبة دي؟
يعني في ناس كتير قوي بتيجي
So
من
many
ألعاب
people,
تانية
they're
علشان
coming from other games
حبت الخماسي يعني
because they
وبدأت
fell in love with the modern
يلعبوا
pentathlon to practice modern
بقية
pentathlon.
الألعاب وكده. بدل ما يلعبوا لعبة واحدة دخلوا
Not to
5
play
ألعاب
in
مع
one
بعض.
game, to play in 5 games together. So now you're an expert. دلوقتي انت خبيرة. بقالك you're practicing modern pentathlon for years. What are the most important tips you can give to someone who wants to practice modern pentathlon rather than one game? ايه أهم الحاجات اللي ممكن تقوليها أو النصايح لحد عاوز يلعب modern pentathlon أو الخماسي الحديث بدل ما يلعب لعبة واحدة؟ Of course it differs. أكيد وأنت بتلعبي سباحة when you were only a swimmer it was different than playing 5 games.
حبيت الخماسي عشان لو يعني
I fell in love with modern pentathlon. Okay, you are excellent in all. أنت يعني حسيتي إن أنت بقيتي ممتازة فيهم كلهم في ال5 لعبات بأول ما بدأتي تلعبي.
مش أول ما بدأت يعني
It's
أكيد
not
كنت
since the
بتعلم
start.
من السلاح ما كنتش عارفة أقف إزاي
I
بلعب
was
إزاي.
learning how to stand, how
الرماية
to
برضه
move.
نفس الكلام.
Same story with the
الجري
shooting.
ما كنتش بجري
and
أصلا
running. I was
اللي أنا
not
كنت
running.
بجريه دلوقتي.
It's not the same. So, what's the difference between being a solo or a mono game athlete and a modern pentathlon athlete?
It actually takes a lot of hours and a lot of training because usually when you train for one game, you train probably around 2 to 4 hours a day. And for pentathlon, you train like minimum 6 hours a day if you want to compete professionally. So it takes a lot of effort and it takes a lot of time to get better in the 5 games. It's not only just game to get better in. And it actually costs you a little bit more than any other game you will play.
Well, right after the short break, we are going to be back, so stay tuned. Welcome back. Well, time goes that fast, and we were honored to have those who were behind the Egyptian anthem and the Egyptian flag to be raised. Egypt claimed the mixed relay title at the UIPM Modern Pentathlon World Championships, which were held in Hungary just a few days ago. We were honored to have with us Salma and Islam. Salma, thank you. Merci. Islam, thank you very much. It was an honor to have you.
It was my honor. Thank you.
And well, before we go, let's just have a quick look at what happened yesterday and today regarding football, as Al Ahly, Al Zamalek, Pyramids and Al Masri were playing in two different prestigious African competitions. Al Ahly and Al Zamalek in the African Champions League, Al Masri and Pyramids in the Confederations Cup. Al Ahly won 2-0. Al Zamalek suffered the first loss 2-1. Pyramids had a positive draw, and Al Masri had such a big victory 4-1 against their rivals from Zanzibar. So we hope that all our teams are going to do great in all competitions inside or outside Egypt. Well, by this we come to the end of this episode of A Score Sheet. We'll meet again same time on Nile TV International. On behalf of Dr. Muhammad Rabia Amr Fathallah, the staff of our studio, Studio 35, and myself, Nermeen Abdurrahman, many thanks for watching, and always and forever with my love.